We had some tragic news that happened on June 6th in the football community. If you know, you know. Legendary HBCU coach Doug Porter passed away. He coached from 1955 to 1996. 4 SIAC championships, MEAC Coach of the Year, and he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2008. This was pretty tragic, man. He was Mississippi Valley State's coach, Howard, and Fort Valley State is what he was mostly known for. He was also an assistant under Eddie Robinson at Grambling. And returned to school in 1977 as an advisor to help the established Eddie G. Robinson Museum in Grambling. Coach Porter coached at Fort Valley State in Georgia from 1979 to 1985, and again from 1987 to 1996, going 112, 66, and 3. From the reporter at ESPN, he left a lasting impact on not only his players, but all students, faculty, staff, and alumni, said Jeffrey Parler, a former player under Porter at Fort Valley. Doug Porter was a remarkable person, crafting an impressive career in coaching, athletics, administration among the HBCU ranks. National Football Foundation Chairman Archie Manning said, "A great football mind. He was top flight recruiter who cared deeply about his players and put them in a position to succeed." Porter's wife, Dr. Wilma Jean Porter, died in 2017. May him and his wife rest in peace. They are finally united, but under, sad news that had happened. He was 94 years old. Lived a very long life and left a very long impression on the world.
He was the oldest member of the college football, of the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So while we're all, I don't want to get too political and things like that, but while we are all recognizing, not to take a shot at Coach Prime, but for what Coach Prime did at Jackson State, this is our time to, we should be lifting Coach Porter up for the things that he has done for college football, which is even a longer lasting impression for what he did and how long he stayed with HBCU athletics, winning several championships at Fort Valley State. So,
because he started off playing, I don't remember if you mentioned it, but he started off playing quarterback at, I forget the school, then went into the Army, and then came back as the assistant coach for Grambling, then went on to do all these other accolades that you previously had mentioned.
Yep. So, just a little thing to kind of, give you something to talk about when, we're all mentioning HBCU coaches, to make sure that he needs to be in the same vein of, I know there's a lot of recency bias that is happening, but that's neither here nor there. Like I said, we're not going to get political. It's just my 2 cents here, and I feel like it should be mentioned. So let's all give a little bit or moment of silence for the great Coach Doug Porter. All right. Here it is, man. Here it is. Anything else we want to say about Doug Porter before we move on to the other topics?
Hell of a coach. Just sad to hear his passing, but also, too, he's reunited with his wife, so there is good in that as well.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue he's probably one of the
greatest.
I don't know if... Yeah, I guess I'll say we probably could be called one of the founding fathers for HBCU to just kind of get that program, for lack of a better term, up on its feet. I mean, just get the whole thing set up. I mean, all his accolades are right there. He coached for a hell of a long time. So
1955 to 1966, that's 41 total years coach, 4 championships in that time, like coach of the year. And then, of course, the record of 155 wins is real and helped get HBCU to the point that it is.
Yep. So shout out to how he coached his coaches as well, because at one of the seasons at Fort Valley State, he did suffer a heart attack where Gerald T. Walker replaced him as the interim head coach for the remainder of the season. And Fort Valley State still finished the year with an overall record of 9-3, sharing the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference title, but losing in the first round of the NCAA Division II playoffs. So not only did he leave a lasting impression on his players, but also not only suffering something that was tragic that could have taken his life before, but also the fact that he left an impression on his coaches and they were able to continue to lift that team up even after his illness. So incredible stuff, man. Doesn't get mentioned enough, and I know we don't talk about coaches like him, but he is a college football Hall of Famer as of 2008. I was coming out of high school. That's the year I graduated. Seems like it was so long ago. But yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we
third grade.
we'll make sure that we honor Coach Porter here today. So.